What do you do when the world shuts down, but you still want to grow your company? Well, if you're Sherry and Doug at Treat Planet, you partner up with Moving and Still to create a video-centric virtual selling system that kicks butt. A couple of months into the pandemic, Sherry Huber and Doug Martin, co-owners of Treat Planet, reached out to me to see if I could help them create a video-centric virtual selling system that will keep them on track with their phenomenal growth of their pet treat company. And if you're also selling in a B2B environment, virtual selling is worth your time to check out. A lot of companies are doing it. It's not right for everyone, but after you watch the video, get Doug's take on it, I think you'll have a clearer idea of whether it might work for your company too. Who is Treat Planet and what do they do?
My name's Doug Martin. I'm one of the co-owners of Treat Planet. We are a dog treat manufacturer here in St. Louis. We've been around for about 11 years, 12 years now, and have been aggressively growing across North America with high-end pet treats to pet stores all across North America. We started about 10, 12 years ago, and we bought a little small company that had only 3 products at the time, very, very small, just to kind of get a feel for the industry. And we went to our first trade show and we said, wow, hey, there's kind of something here. And we saw some opportunity where many of the players in the industry weren't really helping their retailers merchandise products, really weren't helping them understand how to sell. They were basically just handing them off a product and saying good luck. And we said, hey, you know what, there's an opportunity for us to take great products, build them around merchandising solutions, and really start helping small pet stores all across North America. And from that little start, we've grown dramatically in the last 11 years. Our compound growth rate's been over 65% every year, including this year, even with COVID. And it's been a really fun journey to watch our team build and our staff build and really see the industry change.
Video helps you communicate to your market.
The success of our company has really been driven not only with quality products. I mean, you almost have to have the quality products just as a given right now. So again, it's how do you help that retailer better understand your products, understand the brand behind your products, understand how to merchandise and retail the products. So because of that heritage, we've always tried to go above and beyond what all of our competitors do. All of our competitors typically hand you a brochure, maybe catalogs, and some glossies of the pictures, and that's about the extent of it. And I kind of say good luck, and we hope you're able to sell our products. We wanted to do a lot more than that. So we started using video very early on and really trying to show our products in stores, show how they can be merchandised better, really be able to explain the product in much more detail than you can get out of just reading a catalog. And so the video has been a strong portion of our marketing efforts just because of the fact that video sells. It's just, when you see something, you don't have to think about it, you don't have to read it, you don't have to comprehend it as much, and video really pulls it all together and you can really control your message in a lot better way.
Video helps understanding.
At Lola and Penelope's, we did a video again to demonstrate the differences in merchandising, and by being able to go into a store, we were able to focus at some of our competitors and say, here's a cardboard display. You can see how this looks in the store. It's okay, but does it really convey your message? And then we were able to pan, right next door and show one of our merchandising displays with our product, show how you can set it up, show how it sends the message better on products. So by actually putting it in the environment of a retailer and letting them actually go through and understand it. And you can go all the way through a store, all the way from the checkout counter to on the floor to the racks to the inline section. And we wanted to be able to really demonstrate all of the differences in treat manufacturing and treat merchandising that you see in a retail store and how to better communicate those benefits.
Video gives you an advantage.
Well, again, customers, they get emails all day long from people trying to get them to buy things, right? That's the most common way. All of us sit in front of a desk all day and we get video emails and you're reading them. They might attach a PowerPoint presentation or again, they might attach a brochure. And buyers are inundated with that. So how do you set yourself aside from that and really give yourself an advantage over all those people? So we again think video is a great venue to be able to do that. So we took that merchandising video that we worked on with you, and then as you had mentioned, we put custom front ends on it so we could create 35 videos that looked like they were custom filmed for that customer, when really they weren't. It was really the one video and just the short ends, but the customer doesn't know that. So all of a sudden the customer gets a video instead of a brochure, instead of a PowerPoint, and it's actually addressed to them with me saying, "Hello, Mr. Customer, I've missed seeing you. We missed you at the last trade show. Here's the things that we wanted to show you about why our products would sell better in your store and how you can merchandise them." And it really makes a much greater impact on that customer, because again, they're comparing you to the 10 other proposals that they had received that week, which were just PowerPoints and simple brochureware. And so it really makes an impression. It brings you to the top of their mind when they do have an opening in their store to bring in a new product, and we think it makes a big difference.
Video enables you to give a personal touch.
Yeah, it was a pretty scary time for us because, right when the pandemic hit, first of all, I don't care what business you were in there, there was a couple-week period there where, the entire economy stopped because people just didn't know what to expect. And, and we hit that period when it was coming back, and, everything was being canceled and travel was being shut down. And we are a company that, because we're very merchandising oriented, we're very relationship oriented with our customers, we're going, wow, how are we going to communicate to our customers for the rest of the year? We normally spend about 50% of our time traveling out, talking to customers, going to trade shows. All of that was coming to a halt. And so, we're sitting there going, this is how we get new products into customers. What are we going to do? And again, video, is always such a nice option to start looking at. Is there ways to do something different that nobody else is doing from a video perspective? And so we started trying to look at how do we replace those trade shows and do different marketing with video so we can still get that personal touch and still be able to deliver really the quality of the message that reflects our brand.
Virtual selling is the new normal.
I think video is really separating us. Most people in the pet industry still rely on a lot of the traditional methods. COVID changes the way the world's going to operate, not only this year, but from here on out, to be honest. Even once we get the vaccine out and everything goes back to normal, people are now used to doing WebExes. They're used to just having a virtual meeting. They know they can work from home now. All of those standards that we used to really just think were normal, I think have all been broken. So I think even as the economy comes back, there'll be fewer people going to trade shows. There'll probably be fewer face-to-face meetings, and definitely, at least for the next year, I think things are going to be very slow and then will never really change. So you've got to learn to adapt. If you're going to continue to grow as a business, you've got to learn to adapt to the environment and make the changes that you need. And the video work that we did with you in creating our studio and trying to come up with a new solution really was a big part of that for us this year.
Video can be professional, personal, and low cost.
Yeah, we wanted to be able to deliver what felt like a personal, professional video to every customer, even if they're a small customer, which again, that really sets you apart. Yes, we all like to go after the big customers, and people are willing to spend money on the big customers, but if we could have a scalable medium that costs the same to make it for big customers as it does for a single customer, it's a very simple, low cost to be able to deliver to them, we can deliver a marketing initiative that looks totally professional, that will blow their mind because they're like, holy mackerel, this company, I'm just a little bitty store, I only have 2 stores or 3 stores, and they just sent me a personalized video, that's got my name in it, and they're talking to me personally in the video, and and it's professional, it looks like it was done. It really sets a tone of who you are as a company, and again, it really sets you apart with that small retailer. So our concept to you was, we're not as good as you. We know that. That's, you've taken years to learn your talent, and we knew there was no way we could do that. So we sat down as a team and said, is there a way we could take Mark's talent, our idea though, to try to make them personalized and figure out a way to customize a solution for somebody. And we brainstormed a lot, and that's why we called you. And so what we wanted is for you to make professional modules for us. things that we could take that are professionally done with the right lighting and the right sound, and then we could pull them together based on the sales presentation that we wanted to do. If it was on this product, we pull that module. If we wanted to show them our facility, we pull this module. If we wanted to do something specific on our merchandising, we pull this module, and then piece them all together so they look like they were done as one video, and then put a custom front end on it. So what we were wanting to do was have you do those professional modules for us, one-time cost, sunk, still a lot cheaper than all the trade shows that we were spending money on left and right. And then we had to invest in some equipment. With your guidance, you were able to help us really spec out all the right camera work and the stuff, and we set up a small studio in our facility. And so now we can even do that custom front end. And then the last piece was, we have a marketing team here, but they're not good at video either. We just talked about that. That's where we usually hire people like you to do that. So we needed your help, and we wanted to have you come in and teach us how to make the lighting look right, even for just that little bitty small front end. So it doesn't have all the fancy graphics that you can do, but then once we plug it onto all the fancy graphics that you do, it looks like a continuous custom video, and then we can customize that for every customer. And it's been a phenomenal way for us to connect to our customers during COVID. Again, everybody else is just communicating with Zoom calls and emails, and we're actually sending them embedded in their emails a video tour of a facility, or actually doing the sales pitch just like we would at the trade show. We're bringing them into our showroom, talking to them just as if they were standing in front of us, showing them the product and saying, hey, I hope we can put these in your 37 stores, or whatever the opportunity is. So it's totally personalized to them, but yet has all of those professional components and looks like it was custom shot just for them.
Video shows your desire to make your customers' and prospects' job easier.
We're getting phenomenal reaction to it, again, because they've just not seen something like this. And, to do a professional video, a lot of people will do, just like we were doing in the beginning, a single video that that looks beautiful, but, it looks like it's a canned video and you're sending it to us. And we're all used to those, and we think those are great because, we want to understand more about the company we're going to do business with, or about the product. And so we've all watched a product video. But to make it look like it's a personalized video and still have that professional look to it, really makes people go, wow, this company really wants my business. Look what they put together for me. And so it really just cements that we're a partner with our customers. It really shows them that we're willing to go above and beyond, not only in our pitch to them, but in supporting our products and trying to help them out. So we felt it's been a great way in 2020 to really connect. We plan on continuing to do it in 2021. We've gotten emails back from customers that said, you've made it so much simpler. I was just going through all of these proposals that I had, and then I watched your video, and I didn't have to think about anything, and you showed it to me, so I wasn't trying to visualize what it would look like in my store, where I would place it. And they said, thank you for that. It just made my job a lot easier. And everybody likes their job to be a lot easier. So whenever we can do that with a customer and they know it's the right product, we usually can get a sale out of it.
With the right tools, virtual selling is trackable.
Yeah, I think when we had a lot of debate on this topic, because there is an investment involved. We have to invest in you and your time, and in your time to train us, and in the equipment and setting up a room. Just like any company, we have to say, are we going to get the return on that? We've definitely gotten the return based on the orders that we've seen come from those efforts. But as we were debating whether to do that, is the customer going to watch it? So we'd have a lot of those conversations. Do we have the technology to deliver the video? I don't know about you, but a lot of times when people send me a link, I don't want to press the link. I'm one of those guys afraid if I press that link, I'm going to get 6 viruses in my computer. And I'll be honest, half the time I'm like, I don't know. This customer says to hit this link. Am I really going to do that? So, understanding the technology that's available and the hurdles that are out there was something that was part of the process. And again, you were very instrumental in helping us understand those. And so we partnered with a company called Wistia that allowed us to actually put the videos right in the email as an embedded video. So there was no link to click that I was worried about, because I saw exactly what I was clicking on before I ever clicked it. The other thing that any company worries about, am I going to know whether or not they even watched it? I'm like, I spent all this money, I sent it off. How am I going to know if I'm going to follow up with them? And so understanding is there technology that allows us to track that, to say, did they watch it? How many times did they watch it? Where did they stop? All of those things really make the experience as a manufacturer and a sales process better if you have all that data, because then you know, oh, they never even finished it, or they haven't watched it yet, so I'm not going to send them the call yet and say, or I realize they haven't watched it, I'm going to resend it again. and see what you can do. So by finding all of the tools that you helped us find online that where we could integrate all of that, it gave us really a seamless approach that made it a lot simpler than we were expecting, because now when we send those videos off to customers, we can pull it up and go, did they watch it? At what time did they watch it? How many times did they watch it? And where did they stop, etc. And so it's really made the process a lot easier for us, and we're able to solve those issues.
Video keeps you in control.
Typically what we do is once we've done a video, we will watch to see the views on it. And when we don't see the videos, we're then following up. Sometimes we have a salesperson in the field who might be able to stop in, and at least make a call that they have a relationship with from a distributor, for example, or a rep group. So we may reach out to our resources that we have for sales and say, hey, have you talked to so-and-so customer? We may find out they've been on vacation for 3 weeks and we didn't even know it. So many times we get the feedback from our sales partners, our distributors, and our reps, which is how we get many of our products out to the field. If we find out they do have it, and to be honest, sometimes we just keep sending more. One of the other tools that we used, and again, video has been a great advocate for us, is something called Soapbox, which is a similar product to Wistia. And it allows you to do a quick 3-minute, hello, hey, how are you doing? This is Doug. I sent you a video last week, just wanted to see if you got it. Done. That's simple. It does it right on your desktop. It films it again, puts the thumbnail in there, and we send it off again. And I send them off another video. And again, a video when it's only 5 seconds long or 10 seconds long, most people will watch it. They're not going to bail. Out of curiosity more than anything. I'm like, who is this guy? He sent me this note before. Like, what is this? And then I got to talk to him again. They're like, man, I better go find that email. I guess I'll go look at it. So we start layering in other video tools to try to, again, increase the effectiveness of sending off the video that we use from all the tools that you gave us.
DIY video is manageable.
Process has worked really well, and there was a lot of questions on that in the beginning. So one of our partners, my partner in the business, was asking, how much time is this going to take? We only have so much marketing resources. Is he going to be spending all of his time doing video now and not doing the other jobs that he has as the person responsible for most of our efforts in the marketing realm? And so it caused us to at least stop and think about it and look. But the process really, once you understand it, I'm not going to say it's not a little bit of a learning curve in the beginning, absolutely. But now that curve is over, it's really a small percentage of his time. So for example, this afternoon, we're getting ready to do another video. So again, I just, you're right here in the same office. I say, Brandon is our guy. Hey, Brandon, you got time to just shoot a quick video for me? And then he throws a quick custom front end on it, and it's done. And so this afternoon we're going to walk around and bring a rep group, one of our rep groups, through our facility and talk to them about the new things that have changed with us this year, kind of doing a year-end wrap-up with them. Once he takes that video, he uploads it, he can put in their names on the front screen. You may end up having a couple hours in it, but it's a professional video in a couple hours, and then we'll load it up into Wistia and have it ready for the customer by Monday when we're getting ready to do this presentation. So it's become a very nice integral process for him to be able to do it. The learning curve on software, is like any software, can be difficult, but again, you were a great resource on that. And we had worked out with you a block of time to say, hey, Mark, when we need some help, we know we're going to need help on this. How do we pull this together? So, and you were great. A lot of video companies, all they want to sell is their video. They don't want to sell a service to help you really be more effective. And so that's one of the things that we've appreciated about working with you is, you're willing to teach us to do it, knowing that you're not going to make that video, but you also know that that video probably would have never happened anyway. And by doing that video, we're going to find other things that make sense for you to continue doing for us, because we're never going to be at the skill level that you are. And so it's been a great partnership for us in that way.
DIY video also speeds your responsiveness.
You want to be able to do some things yourself to try to control your cost and be as cost effective. And it's not even as much cost in some ways as it is being able to respond quickly. And I got a customer, this also blows people away. We'll get a request, at 8 a.m. in the morning. And by noon, we've sent them a custom video on it. If it's a big opportunity, I can go get my marketing guy and say, hey, I just got this opportunity. They want to see a proposal for us in this. I don't want to send them a PowerPoint. Get your camera out. Let's go into the room. Let's do a custom intro for them. Let's put this together. And we send them a polished video in like 3 hours. And they're going, holy mackerel. And those things can really make a difference in helping close an order.
Virtual selling works best with a knowledgeable partner.
One of the great things that we've really liked in this whole initiative and in working with you is forming a true partnership. Many videos that people that come to us and say, we want to shoot a video for us, they're in and out. They want to shoot the video. They want to get to the next job. They're more about churn and burn and get, maximizing their profit. Not that you're not trying to maximize your profit. Sometimes there's a difference in how companies approach maximizing their profits. And we've appreciated that you look at it as an investment in us. And when we know that you invested in us, we're going to be more willing to invest more in you. And so, you really helped train us to do a lot of the video stuff that we needed. And then when we needed something, we said, look, this is probably beyond our capability. We send it back to you, and you go ahead and take care of it for us. You bill us the appropriate amount of time that is fair for you and makes us look better in our video efforts. And so that partnership's been really instrumental to us. And as we do these, we know we're going to need more professional blocks of different videos. When it comes time to integrating different things flying in and all that stuff, we're never going to have those capabilities. So once you kind of go down this path of video, it's great to have a partnership. And so having that capability to reach out to you and say, hey, we've got this done, we just can't fix this piece, or this is such a big customer, we want you to add this little twist for us, and know that you'll jump in and that you don't feel, I'm not going to work with those guys because they do all this stuff on their own and they're not really helping me. It's a partnership because they know it works back and forth.
Virtual selling reduces sales expenses.
When we started this process, again, we wanted to really understand all the different components and how we make sure that it looks like the video that you do. And, obviously when you come in to do a video, you set the lights up, you work with the sound. We were trying to really debate, how are we going to do that? First of all, we're probably not even sure where to put them, and how do we get that light to look good for me if it's light, right? But we don't really understand all of those things. So we said, well, are we going to have him teach us to do it in a conference room, and every time we do a video, we're going to have to put it up and tear it down. And as we started thinking through those, we knew that would stop us from doing videos because it's too much work to go doing. If we can make it simple, we're going to use it. And so we actually said, well, is there a spare office or something that we could convert, that we can set up the right lighting, we can set up the sound buffers on the wall so that we don't get the echo that we probably didn't even hear, but you point out to us. And then we go, oh, I guess there is an echo in there. And so we looked at that, and we actually did have a spare office. So we said, okay, what would it take to take this office and really create a professional studio that's always set up? So if I need to go do a quick intro for that proposal that came in at 9 and I want to send them a video by 11 o'clock in the afternoon, what is it going to take to do that? And again, you were very gracious in helping us put together a bill of materials of, here's a camera, here's the nice tripod, here's the way you should do your sound, here's the way you should buffer your sound, and all of that stuff. And we put that together, and to be honest, when you look at the investment compared to what we do when we travel to a trade show or we travel to go see a customer even, it's really pretty minor in the scope of things. I think we spent $2,000 or $3,000 at the end of the day putting together all the different components to really make it work. And then it's just setting up your room and kind of looking at where the camera looks at it. We even went with a teleprompter, so we have that. So when somebody else is doing a video who's really uncomfortable, one of our sales team, we can put the teleprompter in there and help try to write it for them. And little things like that really made the process a lot smoother and was really cost effective.
Video gives you many different types of returns on your investment.
Oh, it's gone phenomenally well. Again, we made an investment of about $10,000 when we started. We've done hundreds of thousands of dollars of sales that really have come as a direct result from that video. And the nice thing is, it's not even, there's two types of results. There's the result of when you get the order that's brand new that we talked about. But once you have that capability, now you also offer that as a support service to your existing customers. And let me give you a quick example. We do a lot of display work where we build a display with all of our dog chews on it. We send it out. It's got parts and pieces, and it's going to go to a store that has 150 different managers that are going to have to set that up and put the signs in the right spot. If you're a corporate buyer, that's kind of a nightmare to you when you install those, because all your stores start sending you a note and say, I'm missing this piece, or I don't know how to do this, or this directions when I'm reading it doesn't look right to me. So now what we do is when we go to that corporate buyer and say, we want to place all these displays in your store. And as a matter of fact, we'll actually even do a video to show the installation in detail, and we'll send it to all your store managers for you if you just give us their email list. Now we're actually making his job so much simpler. Plus, we're making the store like us more, because now they don't have to read a manual and go, okay, this part goes here, this part goes there. They just click on a link of an email that came on and go, oh, well, that makes sense. And now I even know to call when I have a question before I even start. So we started to use that as support. So every time we work with a major customer, we make sure we tell them about our video studio and that we can do trainings directly, as another great tool. We say, okay, we're going to place all these in all your stores, and we'd love to train your sales associates. Oh, we don't really have a formal training program. That sounds great. We'd like to, but we really don't know how to do that. No, we take care of it for you. Again, you just give us a list. We'll do a video. We'll send it straight to them. You can CC it. You can send it if you want. Wow, you can do that? Yeah, we can do that. So being able to look at the return that you have from there is hard to quantify, but it's there. Because again, next time that corporate buyer is going to have a decision to make on where he's going to go, he's like, man, these guys make my job so simple and I like their products. And so we're going to get more orders as a result of that. And then we have the direct response when we send it on a proposal, etc. And you've got those orders. So it's been really good.
You can adapt video to your needs.
I think it really depends on the audience and what you're trying to accomplish. We use a mixture of all of those things. We use your professional videos when we're doing something a little bit more formal and sending it out, or more formal to support a customer, where we're sending it to directly stores. We use the quick cameras on top of our computer for quick emails every day. And, again, it's just a way that cements your support level with that customer, not only with the really fancy levels, and they just see you. And it helps build relationships. What's the most thing that drives all business at the end of the day? It's relationship. So even if it's a cell phone video, if I can see your face and you're talking to me real quick, I'm going to remember that more than a written typed note that you sent me that I got 10,000 others from other customers. When you can visualize the person that's talking to you easily, you feel closer to them. You trust them more. You're going to look to them more when you're trying to make a decision. So the more we can use these different video options to make us feel more personal to them, to make them understand who we are as people more, the more successful you're going to be. And I think that's really the driver, is to use all of those videos in the right spots. If you're just trying to do something quick, it can be real quick. It doesn't have to look professional. You're just trying to get that face in front of them. You're trying to, sometimes I'll call at the end of the day and, say, hey, I'm just calling at the end of the day. I hope you had a great day. I know you probably didn't get a chance to look at my email today, so have a great evening and hopefully we'll talk tomorrow. It was that long. And, they kind of click on that and they laugh because, I'll have made a joke with them or something, and then the next morning they're calling me back. So using those in any way you can, I think, makes a big difference.
DIY video has minimal ongoing costs.
Really, from an ongoing perspective, the only expense that we have is our online partners like Wistia we mentioned, and they're really pretty minimal. So you
How much
can.
is that a month?
I think Wistia is like $100 a month, and allows us to host as many videos. Which is when you were asking initially too, are there any impediments to doing this? Well, one is you got to host all these videos, right? You take a video on your phone, and you're just going to upload it on your own laptop, and then try to send it off to a customer, and then they try to click on it. Well, how am I going to do that? Again, a service like Wistia does all that. They take care of all of it for you. So it's hosted on their site. You know it's going to run when the customer clicks on it. It's going to sound good. You don't have to worry about your servers going down. So that's really the ongoing, is just those using those programs, and they're pretty minimal in cost based on the return that you get.
Virtual selling helps you rise above your competitors.
Typically, again, on a video, he can have a quick video done in an hour, hour and a half. It's not that bad. And usually based on the size of how many pieces we're putting together and how many modules and how big the front end is. But if you're doing usually a bigger video, it's probably because you have a bigger opportunity. So it's worth putting that extra time into it and trying to pull it together. So from a return perspective, it's definitely there. Think about how much time you spend typing an email and then putting together a proposal and then putting together a PowerPoint to go with that proposal. If I could do all that verbally for you, and it has more impact on the customer, that's a great return, and it's a way to do it. So we would rather use that time doing something more personal. Sometimes we still got to put the PowerPoint on there, and obviously we'll do that when we need to, but it sets us apart dramatically from our competitors.